a.m. in Tokyo. Hiroko Shiroishi is joining us, a luxury travel blogger from EnjoyFFP, and a good friend. I last saw her over a year ago, January 2019 in Tokyo. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
And you were just going to show us the beautiful sunny view in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Can you show us the apartment view?
Yes, just a moment. I'm just taking that. This is my apartment, and can you see?
Oh, beautiful.
That's bright, yeah. We can see the Disneyland here. It's just maybe 7 kilometers from here. I'm living in the Bayside, so...
You're in Odaiba area near Tokyo Bay, is that right?
Yes. Oh,
fantastic. And we're back. Thank you for the tour of your apartment on this beautiful day. And my wife just told me that the US CDC is trying to starting guidance to tell Americans to start wearing masks. So I don't want to spend the whole time talking about virus, but what's the best possible expert to ask on how to wear a mask? So would you be willing in Japanese? So would you be willing to demonstrate protocol?
Okay. You don't use the mask regularly, but we are like this. I get stuck here with this. Yeah. And this is not this is one-time use, like this. Yeah. But I'm not going to outside right now because I'm staying home all the day long, so I don't wear the mask like this.
Yeah, you don't need it at all. And I think you said there was an April Fool's in Japan yesterday that wasn't actually an April Fool's. So what was that?
That was very funny, but our prime minister just said he distribute 2 masks to one house, one family. Only 2.
Oh, I thought it was 2 per person and per family. Huh?
No. So 2 masks for one family. So what should we do if we get 4 families? I don't know. But this is not a joke.
Yeah. It sounds like our Costco stores here, I think they just announced that they will only let 2 people per membership come into the store. You can't bring the whole family anymore or bring guests. So that's in line with that. So I'm sure people are curious what life is like in Japan right now. I want to get to talking about the good tourist times, but how you all are managing the virus lifestyle?
We are not really locked down, so we have some freely to go anywhere. But many companies have the restriction to work at the office. So most of the companies let us to stay home, and school is closing over 1 month, and now we are like ready to lock down, but the government does not allow to proceed the systems. So we are worried about the increase of the numbers day by day. But I'm enjoying to staying home. Yeah, so not so stressful right now. The situation is not so serious than other countries. And now we have the cherry blossoms, and cherry blossoms all around the town or area. So we can see the cherry blossoms. So it makes our mood very healthy.
Oh, that's a wonderful way to say it.
Yeah.
That's such a special time in Japan, and we have a few in Seattle where I live that I've been looking out at my window and wanting to see and enjoy. So I want to focus this talk on the positive, on the happy times. Many of us were planning to visit Japan this year for the Olympics. That of course pushed, but and I know you're a luxury travel expert, so what things have been built that are new, that when we can travel again, that are new to Tokyo, new to Japan, that we're getting ready for the Olympics, and even for visitors that have been to Japan previously would find new and interesting.
It's so sorry about the postponed Olympic Games, but we are still waiting for the next year, and everything is kind of ready. And so many ceremonies or many events was planned, but it's already postponed. And I'm living in the Odaiba area, and there are many facility, and it's already built. And I have the swimming pool, biggest swimming pool in here, and and volleyball for the gym for the volleyball here, and like the Olympic village that the participant is staying at the during the Olympic Games. So everything is setting up, but nobody here. And so not so interesting, and we don't have nothing very new things.
What about new hotels that were opening or delayed opening that have interested you as a luxury traveler?
I think the luxury hotels is already ready to start or opened, like the but now like the Peninsula Tokyo, they got the BIOS stuff, and so they closed. And we have the like the legend hotels like called Okura hotels. They renew and they finish the renewal for 2 years. Takes 2 years, and it's already open last autumn. And so they are very luxury place, and we have the Aman. Yeah, we have Aman Kyoto right now. So in Kyoto we have the Ritz-Carlton and Aman. And in Okinawa, Halekulani in Hawaii is open in Okinawa. And we have the recently, and in Hokkaido, this is a very common to skiing, and many Australian people are coming to the skiing from the overseas, and they have the Hyatt, Park Hyatt in Hokkaido, in Niseko. And this is the latest one. And they are ready to welcome everybody, and they are still operating. And actually, Japanese people cannot go to the outside overseas, so the luxury hotel is pretty doing well for this situation. So everybody, Park Hyatt,
in Hokkaido, do you know how many points a night that one is?
I'm not sure. This is Hyatt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're more Marriott, right?
I'm Bomboy member, so.
Yeah. A lot of the U.S.-based travelers with the Chase credit cards that love the Hyatt. So now we joke that they can only visit a place once there's a Hyatt. So and I think before that, there were very few Hyatts in Hokkaido. Was there any Hyatt in Hokkaido?
No.
I think in Marriott there was what, like Hakodate maybe, or
but
4
this
Points
is
or
a
something.
4 Point. 4 Point is a kind of casual hotels. So luxury hotel in Hokkaido is kind of rare. Yeah.
That's of the four large Japanese islands. I've not been to Hokkaido, so I'd very much. I'd been looking at maybe a summer visit with my wife because she doesn't like the cold, and then sneaking away.
Summertime is okay. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
What regions, what areas do you recommend for Hokkaido in the summer?
Hokkaido in summer. Yeah, Hakodate is good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are many good fish food. The sushi
Yeah.
is great. Yeah,
Ah.
and lopeway is great.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's Hakodate is nice, and also the Niseko. Niseko is a ski town, and pretty much nothing around there. But
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, it's like the Canadian Rockies. So it's pretty beautiful.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
And how about for you're a Bonvoy expert then? Are there, I remember Frequent Miler wrote about a courtyard in a remote area in Honshu. I'm forgetting the name. That was a good points value. But what are some of the Marriott properties you recommend for the points
in
travelers?
in Tokyo, in Japan.
All over Japan. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Marriott is changing the rate or the grade, so everything is one grade up or two grade up since these last 2 years, and but I only have one. Oh, and we have Okinawa, small island Miyakojima, and they are in there are one luxury hotels opened, but it's maybe required 60,000 point, so it's pretty much or sometimes 70,000 point, but it was good. Yeah, and the Ritz Carlton Okinawa and Kyoto is available for point.
I
And
just found Frequent Miler. They went to Nick went to the courtyard Hakuba.
yeah, Hakuba.
Have you stayed there?
No, Hakuba is a kind of renovated facility. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not so popular in Japanese travelers, but the Biwako is the biggest lake in Japan, and yeah. Besides Biwako, we have the same Marriott here. So Marriott Biwako is very popular, and it's close to Kyoto. So maybe it takes 40 minutes ride by train. So everybody enjoying around Kyoto area and staying Biwako area, and it's cheaper. And they have the Marriott in Biwako has onsen, so they can enjoy both Kyoto and Biwako. That's
You
recommendation.
mentioned onsen. What is an onsen for those who haven't heard? And
Hot spring,
yes, and
hot
it, it,
spring.
it and there's whole towns. We've been to Kinosaki Onsen in Honshu, we picked that because my wife loves seafood and they're famous for the snow crab there. But we really enjoyed that. If you stay at any of the local accommodation, there's no giant hotels. It's the local ryokan and guest houses.
Yeah.
Wherever you stay, you get a ticket that you can visit all of I think there were 7 onsen around
It's
town.
temporary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then so everyone would have their yukata. They'd be wearing the yukata and walking through town to visit the different onsen all day. And we really enjoyed the experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Same things can do the Hakuba or Nozawana onsen in Niigata Prefecture. We have many onsen, well, a lot of onsen in Japan, and it's so fun. And now we cannot go to the overseas. So onsen is getting popular, but now it's kind of stay calm. And small onsen is very expecting to the foreigners to come over. So some onsen or ryokan hotel is already bankrupt for this situation. But
I can
I
imagine.
yeah. So kind of calm spring here.
Well, those are in Niigata. Okay, I remember when I was a student, I read a book. I spent a summer studying in Japan, and I read a book about Tanaka Kakue, the longtime prime minister, And I was so curious that I took the train up to Niigata to look around. They said many infrastructure projects he built, even if they didn't
Yeah,
need a
yeah,
bridge in his home area.
yeah. Niigata, yeah.
Actually,
Niigata
mentioning
is.
that, so Nagano for the Olympics,
Mhm.
did you get to attend the Winter Olympics and have you been to Nagano since?
Yes. I have cottage in Nagano, and
Mhm.
Nagano is a very calm Japanese village, and
Mhm.
we have a lot of snow in Nagano,
Mm.
and we have there are many onsens and ski areas, and also you may know about the Karuizawa. Karuizawa,
Ah, yes.
Bill Gates has a cottage there.
Mm.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
down the road from mine. Yeah.
Yeah, but very beautiful and calm place. And the Nagano prefecture is very focusing to making the wines. So
Oh,
Japanese
really?
wines.
The
Yeah.
sake or
No, not sake,
oh, oh,
winery. Yeah.
oh, okay, really?
Yeah.
What types of wine?
We have the kind of the koshu. The name of the grapes is a koshu, and
Mm.
koshu is very popular now over the world, all over the world. And koshu makes white wine, very dry, and it's nice. And
Oh,
also we have we have the berry A. This is a Nagano, only Nagano prefecture or popular in Nagano prefecture, and the grape is a berry A, and it's a red wine. Yeah,
oh.
so there are some place making wine in Japan. I
Mm.
like wine, so I go to Nagano. Yeah, I mean I'm always collecting the bottle of the wine and to bring back to the Tokyo.
Oh, wow. So can you
Yeah.
recommend some wines
Yeah,
to
you can
visitors?
just Google and Koshu, K Koshu wine. It's not in Nagano Prefecture. Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
good.
We've got Ben Sand, who is wrote it some really good awamori in Ishigaki. It was
Awamori.
a dark awamori.
Yeah, Awamori. Awamori is Okinawa's sake.
Ah,
It's like the makgeolli in Korea.
ah. Huh.
Mm, a strong one. Maybe he likes the strong sake. Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, I'm not an expert. I like that you can even get like almost like the children's juice boxes of sake in convenience stores. You can go very high end to
Yeah.
very everyday. And
Niigata is popular for sake,
okay.
Nihonshu sake, and
Hmm.
they also Niigata also have the winery, and Hokkaido is whiskey.
Mm,
Whiskey
fantastic.
is popular, so many foreigners come to the Hokkaido, and the bus tour taking the brewery of the whiskey.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know
And you mentioned
Yamazaki, or you don't
those
drink.
names I've heard. I think that's the one that
Yeah.
occasionally a few bottles will appear in a Seattle Costco, and I have a friend who goes nuts for them. And then if he finds them, because they don't mark up the price, if he finds them, then he can't decide if he's going to sell them for a huge profit or he's going to enjoy them himself, because they might only let you get
Yeah.
one bottle when they do have it.
It's raising up the price.
You mentioned
Yeah.
Okinawa a few times. I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious what I'm not a beach expert, so when I
Mm-hmm.
think about a beach, I don't really want to fly a long way to get to a beach. So
Oh,
for people that would be coming from a long way, what do you recommend Okinawa as a beach destination, as a culture
oh.
destination, drinking or yeah.
Yeah. Okinawa has several islands, and I recommend Ishigaki.
Hmm.
Ishigaki Island. Yeah, it takes maybe from the Okinawa has a airport Naha Airport, And
Mhm.
from Naha to Okinawa, Ishigaki is a one more flight, maybe 40 minutes flight, but they are so beautiful. Of course,
Mhm.
ocean is beautiful, but the
Mhm.
building, house is so cute.
Ah,
They are
what about them? Yeah.
using the red, orange bricks.
Oh, okay.
And it's like the Ryukyu style,
Mhm.
and it's different from the other Japanese cultures. And we still have the cow.
Mhm.
Cow is taking us like the
Mhm.
taxi,
Okay.
and so we can just walking around with cow taxi,
Ah,
and very
mover.
goes, yeah, slowly taking
Uh-huh.
around the village, and we can
Ah.
see the houses, and it's so calm, and the sun is very strongly shining, and the flowers has a very like the pink or orange or yellow strong colors. Flower is blossoming, and the blue ocean is waiting for us. So it's so amazing place. And Ishigaki has one luxury hotels. It's
Mhm.
called Hoshinoya. And
Mm.
Hoshinoya is a chain hotel, a
Mm.
group hotels, but Hoshinoya has one luxury hotels. So staying Hoshinoya is so luxury experience. But on the other hand, we can go Ishigaki Island very casually because
Mhm.
Ishigaki have a community of the ryokan,
Mhm.
and they are making prices like the 55 dollars
Mm.
flat.
Oh, wow.
So it's like a guest house,
Yeah.
but they are very cheerful, and they are making the cooking for the family cooking.
Mm.
And it's small island, so easy to access the beach. So maybe you can take family, like the if we stay the Hoshinoya, it's
Mhm.
maybe 600 per night dollars.
Oh.
But you can just go to the guest house. Yeah, you can just pay for 55. Yeah, but they still welcome you very warmly. So it's nice experience.
So
And
that
they are our
there aren't
mori too.
large hotels and resort, not the big resorts
Mm,
like on Naha then. Yeah.
mm, yeah. Naha has some the city or some towns, but
Mhm.
Ishigaki is completely just an island.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
Ben Sand is saying the beef there is amazing, and he had to avoid the habu snake in
Have snake.
Iriomote. What is that? I don't know that.
Have snake is have has a poison, but it's sometimes used dip in sake.
Ah,
So habu sake, habu liquor. Yeah,
okay, very interesting.
yeah.
And so you like to drink, you like to eat.
No,
Where are the eating
I
best? You
like
like to?
beef. I
Hmm?
like beef, but I don't like habu.
Ah, where I mean, there's incredible food everywhere in Japan and all price
Every
ranges. But if you're planning a trip just to enjoy eating something, what are some of the places you think about visiting?
mm.
Any city?
Tokyo,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, so no, well, Tokyo is very um, much variety.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, yeah, many foreign chef has a restaurant here in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
So come over to Tokyo, and we have many cuisines.
Mm-hmm.
But for the Japanese food, you can go to the Kyoto,
Mm-hmm.
and it's maybe it's a preference what kind of food you like. But そうだな。 And every area has some special food or the local food, so it's gonna be very good. But you don't have sashimi as usual dining. And so maybe you can just try to sashimi. So maybe go to the beach side or the onsen ryokan is most many onsen ryokan is close to the beach. So you can just go to the ryokan like the atami or the and you can just have some sashimi or fish food, that kind of things.
Yeah, my wife is the seafood eater, so she traveled around Kyushu, I think 2 years ago, and really loved what Miyazaki, and I'm forgetting some of the town, the Beppu Onsen, different towns that she absolutely came back raving. And she's not usually as much for oysters, and I think the roast oysters was at Kagoshima maybe that she came back.
Hiroshima.
No, or in the very south, the southern tip.
Oh, really?
I'll have to look up the town. I didn't prepare to go back through her trip, but she loved that. And then other times where we very much like the well, yakitori is. Actually, when we last saw you, we spent a week in Japan, and we never ended up having sushi the whole time. There's so many other things we love and enjoy. Yeah, she had the oysters in Kagoshima, and Miyazaki she enjoyed, I remember, and Beppu Onsen in Oita she was in, so she was in the far. She wanted to be as warm as she could when she went on that trip. So.
Yeah.
And I remember the street food in Fukuoka she enjoyed a lot as well.
Yeah.
How about I've only briefly been to Shikoku. Have you? I know there's a lot of temple tourism. Have you traveled around Shikoku much?
Yes. Not so often, but several times I went to Shikoku, and now they are successfully rebranding the area like the Shikoku, Shiko, like the so many foreigners come to the Shikoku recently because they have the Biennale for the art. And yeah, and it's maybe not every year, but maybe twice a year they have the Shikoku Biennale, and there are many statues, or the island itself is a venue. So many art piece is around the Shikoku area. And they are so beautiful oceans and very, it's not so town side. So this is kind of calm Japanese village, and several luxury hotels are opening, and we have the luxury cruise ship, very small and cozy luxury cruise ship is operating around the Shikoku. So Shikoku is pretty much changing to the luxury resort itself.
Oh, really interesting.
Yeah. But they are good udon there.
Udon, okay.
Yeah, and seafood, of course. And we have the Japanese festival, big festival in Shikoku. So many places to see.
Have you taken the ferry? I think it's about 24 hours to the Ogasawara Islands. Have you ever done that trip?
Ogasawara Island is far away from Tokyo because over 24 hours.
Yeah.
So I never been there, but I'd like to try. But many young people are going to the for the summer vacations.
Yeah, I asked because many of our Facebook group members are members of the group called Traveler Century Club, and one of the destinations are those islands. And so either you visit the leisure ferry, or once a year there's a history commemoration on Iwo Jima, flight from Guam,
Mhm.
So I've been to Iwo Jima, but I've not been to the other islands.
Ogasawara. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ogasawara is very famous for the dolphin stream.
Oh, okay.
Stream with dolphins. And it's small island, smallest island in Tokyo.
Hmm.
And they are now have the restriction to enter the people because Ogasawara is getting popular and getting maybe the nature is a little bit losing the circulation of the nature. So Ogasawara Island is have a restriction of the tourist coming. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
but it's a beautiful place.
And so then the restriction is how do you find out about it? Is
Because they
it
have only boat,
just by the boat,
so
the
yeah,
ticket? Yeah,
so they are counting. Yeah.
I see. So if a boat ticket is available, then you're okay.
Yeah, but boat is parking for every day.
Okay.
But
So they just
especially summer season, everybody gather to the Ogasawara Island, so they have the restriction.
I see. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Well, you said Tokyo Disney is about 7 miles from your apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been to Tokyo Disneyland when I was
Mm-hmm.
a student in college many years ago.
Mm.
I've not been to Tokyo Disney Sea, but
Mm-hmm.
I heard, like, I saw Sean Coomer from the Miles to Memories blog. He's watching the video. I
Mm-hmm.
believe he says it's the best Disney park in the world. So
Really?
tell us about, and I can imagine because those years ago when I went to Tokyo Disneyland, I thought Japanese can take Disney and make it twice as Disney in a good way. So what is
Yeah.
Disney Sea like?
The difference from other Disneyland is making they are serving alcohol, so we can drink.
Mm,
I
that's
don't
the
know,
only
maybe
difference.
yeah. So this is a different, big difference from the Disney Sea and Disneyland. And Disneyland is a kind of dreamland, so we can just making a queue and enjoy attractions. But the Disney Sea is kind of more adult, more mature
Mm,
place, and everybody just taking a work, and sometimes they experience the attractions, but they can dine or they can drink or they can see the fireworks. So that's kind of um, like the Disneyland is a family situation, like more adult mood have the
what kind of
Disney seas.
attractions then does it have?
Attraction is attractive as well, but
Mm,
so now let's see what's attraction like the because they are Disney Sea, so they
mhm.
are having the Nemo attraction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is really new and turtle talk. It's hard to pronounce it. Turtle
Oh,
talk. Yeah,
mhm,
that's new attractions. So it's still enjoying attraction as well, but
mhm,
most of the people or Japanese people using they can go around the park from the morning to the night and
mhm,
taking many attractions. That's kind of Disneyland, and
mm.
maybe go to the date or maybe go to the dinner to the Disney Sea. That's kind of
Mm.
using is popular in Japan.
Oh, I see. So you
Mm.
definitely want to visit both. Like from what I've heard, that
Mm.
the Disney Sea is more of a franchise, so it's a local developer that
Mm-hmm.
created it, and so all the attractions are different from other Disney in the world.
Um, I don't know, but yeah, the concept is totally new,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's maybe yeah worth to praise to come. Yeah, you like Disney?
Yeah, sure. I've not been to every park, but I last year in January we wanted to go, and it was just too cold and windy for my wife. It's never a cheap ticket, so you want to go on a day
Yeah.
you'll really enjoy. But I remember that was years ago when I went to Tokyo Disneyland. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
the octopus they have on
Mm-hmm.
the menu, so that a lot of the rides are the same as the other parks, but then the
Mm-hmm.
food and the characters, the staff are
Mm-hmm.
distinctly Japanese and in their way. So I did enjoy it a lot, and I do. I yeah, I visited amusement parks around the world and enjoyed
Mm-hmm.
that. Some of the places in the Middle East, so places like
Mm.
Kuwait, I've been to amusement parks, or
Wow.
Qatar, these kind of ones, just because there may be not as many traditional tourist attractions. So you know, if you have locals, they'll say go to the shopping mall or go to the. There are some great places to see, of course,
Mm.
but I like to have what the locals like to enjoy. So some of these I've visited, and I try to experience in each place what that specialty is, even if it's
Mm-hmm.
not always the first thing I
Mm.
would choose. Um, Tell us about just getting around Japan. I think people that haven't been in a few years, I believe, is it Apple Pay now works with a lot of the subway networks in that to make some of those payments easier.
Um, yeah, Japanese system is not so cashless systems.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
sometimes you're required to pay by cash,
mhm,
especially going to the village or
mhm,
countryside. And
mhm,
now we have the Apple Pay, or
mhm,
from the China, you can just use the Alipay.
mhm,
And also for foreigners, yeah, Apple Pay is available, but sometimes for the like the Okinawa is okay because they are many foreigners. But maybe
mhm,
Miyazaki or
mhm,
Oita is
mhm,
kind of countryside still,
mhm.
so it's maybe difficult.
I
But
think
now,
is it the Tokyo Metro system you can use Apple Pay now?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
that's a great help for getting around because it can be
mm,
confusing, all the different train. It's so
mm,
convenient, but it's also confusing.
yeah. And now we have the many pay system in Japan. So
Mm-hmm.
like the Line Pay or PayPay or many pays around us. So it's too complicated for me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw a lot of those in our last visit, and I just ended up using cash.
Yeah. And Uber is very expensive in Japan.
Oh, is it?
Uber
Okay.
is only Tokyo area or the Osaka big city areas operating
Uh-huh.
only, but the traffic system is different, and making call to Uber is the meaning of the taking higher.
Mhm.
So it's kind of limo service.
Oh,
So
is it even more expensive than taxi?
it's so expensive from
Oh,
tax
okay.
compared to taxi. So you can just better to take a taxi. Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember the first time visiting Japan with my wife, I said, I'm treating you to an airport limousine.
Wow.
And she was so impressed, the limousine. And then,
But that was bus.
yes, it's the bus. But it's a nice bus. And,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
I had to feed her some nice food really quickly
Mm.
after that. Yeah, she was a little disappointed. But I think she usually hasn't liked pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And last time we were there, when she was looking at some of those beauty skincare product shops in
Mm-hmm.
Shibuya, it
Mm-hmm.
was just I got a very simple like street stand a margarita pizza, only 500 yen, and
Oh, it's cheap.
and when it's just a little, it's just like a doorway. It's not you don't sit down and there was one slice left when she came back out and she said, "Oh, what have you been sneaking around while shopping?" The stores are so loud and noisy for me. I like to wait outside. And then she tried a piece and her eyes lit up, and it's the first pizza she's ever enjoyed. And immediately I had to get another of the. It's like the most simple, as you said, 500 yen in Japan. But so I guess it's what the second best Italian food in the world. Is that the claim for Japan? The Italian restaurants?
Yeah, there are many Italian restaurants, and we have the kind of the local food areas as
Hmm.
well. And so pizza is okay, and now, do you know Yoshinoya?
Oh yes, when I studied there, that was my lunch every day. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Yoshinoya, Matsuya.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, this kind of the casual food is still delicious.
yeah.
But 500 pizza is cheap.
I'll have to pin I'll have to pin the dot on the map of that little spot, the little takeout spot. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Yoshinoya. I enjoyed that when I was a student, and
Mhm.
that's the rice bowl with the
Mhm.
shredded beef and onion on top, and some
Mhm.
alternatives with the distinctive orange signs that are all
Mhm.
over Japan,
Yeah.
and very nice. Yeah, we enjoy we enjoy a lot of the more simple foods, the
Yeah.
yakitori, these ones,
Mhm.
the at a bar, these kind of
Mhm.
places that very casual. So we've not done much of the fine dining in Japan because the everyday dining is already very fine for us and a lot of
Yeah, 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 that's true.
yeah.
Speaking about the Yoshinoya,
Mhm.
Japan Airline has a long flight to the like New York or Chicago. They are
Mhm.
serving the second dinner, the second menu, second
Oh,
meal for Yoshinoya
oh,
gyudon. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
it's so pretty and so delicious.
That's got
So
to be perfect for a flight. I can,
yeah, long
yeah.
flight we have two meals, and one is regular meals, but
Mhm.
this is economy story.
Mhm.
Yeah, but before landing, maybe prior 3 hours, they are
Mhm.
making serve, and usually the most airlines preparing so the omelette or for the breakfast menu as a breakfast menu,
Mhm.
omelette or some noodles, but Japan Airlines have only one choice, so everybody is staying economy class have serving the Yoshinoya gyudon.
Oh, wow. I think
And
I
so
remember.
pretty.
It's probably 5 or 6 years ago. I think it was ANA, maybe it was JAL when I was living in New York. They ran a
Uh-huh.
promotion where you could get, I think it was Kentucky Fried Chicken on the flight.
Really?
They were only the flight departing New York, of course. Uh,
Mm. Yeah, Japanese, maybe Japan Airline. Japan Airline is making collaboration with a company, big company, like the burger company, hamburger company, or something
mm. Okay, so
like
that
the,
was them. Okay, yeah,
yeah. Do you know the
yeah.
Bills in Sydney?
Uh,
Bills, pancake,
Bill.
yeah,
Oh no, I
Bills.
don't.
Yeah, it's very famous for the pancake.
Okay.
And now we have some branch Bills in Japan. And
Mm.
now they are taking the flight like that was maybe United States or the Sydney,
Mm.
Australia. They are making the second meal
Hmm.
collaborating by Bills. And so we can just
Okay.
have the pancake prior
Oh,
to the arriving. Yeah, that's
pancake. I think. How does
interesting.
Japan make
Yeah,
such wonderful, delicious, delicate cakes? All those wonderful
yeah,
Japanese cakes. They're
yeah.
too beautiful to almost eat, and then when you eat them, they're lighter than air and delicious.
Yeah.
Let's see, Ben
I'm
Sam, he
enjoying
wrote about a place in Shinjuku, a ramen place called Tatsunoya.
Tatsunoya.
Yeah, have you heard of that?
No, Tatsunoya.
Yeah.
Soba. It's
He
soba
said it's a
noodles.
ramen place with
Ramen plate.
tonkatsu that made with the
Tonkotsu
pig
ramen.
skull. Yeah.
Yeah, ramen is so popular in Japan, and the foreigner loves ramen. Yeah,
Mm,
this is yeah, this ramen and sushi is two big meals you should taste in Japan because many ramen stores in United States already, like the Ichiran ramen, or Manhattan people is making queue to having a ramen. Yeah, but it's so popular. And Tatsunoya have the Tatsunoya's recipe, and Ichiran has the Ichiran's recipe. So it's just a ramen, but it's totally different. So you can just many hopping around ramen shops, restaurants, and taste different taste.
Yeah, I remember years ago I was in Qingdao in China on a work project, and Ajisen ramen, of course, is all over the world, and there's many fast food ramen, and there's many locations in China and in casual shopping malls, and I knew one was in the mall, and I asked the front desk. I speak Mandarin, so I asked them where it is, and the lady was a very tough looking woman, and the name is literally like 1,000 flavors of ramen, and she said, I don't know if there's any 1,000 flavors, but there's the dry flavor one, because the Chinese character for 1,000 and dry look very similar, and the sign. And so he's like, oh, I know where the dry, tasteless noodle place is, and so I've always enjoyed. I've always enjoyed. She called it the Wei Gan La Mian instead of Wei Qian La Mian, and so I've always enjoyed Ajisa, and I'm sure it's just the most basic fast food version, but even that I find is very tasty.
Yeah, Ajisen ramen is not the same ramen in Japan. Ajisen is expanding outside of the Japan, and they are getting like the local taste. So the Ajisen Taiwan, Ajisen China, they have another taste from Japan. But they are so popular in around the world, and the Japanese who are living in Taiwan or China is still enjoying the ramen because they cannot come to Japan to taste the real ramen. So it's fun, but a totally different taste in Japanese ramen.
What's the difference? I know they have lots of experimental, like new curry, different things, but for the traditional flavor, what's different?
Traditional flavor, we have tonkotsu ramen, it's and miso and shoyu, and shio. Shio is a salt, salty salt. So four is a traditional ramen taste.
And the Ajisen overseas versus Tokyo, what's the difference?
Ajisen is based in the miso ramen, but the taste of the miso is very strong for overseas.
I see.
Yeah.
So they increase the seasoning flavor.
Yeah.
Well, let's overseas. We've talked a lot about Japan, but you're also a world traveler. So what are some of your favorite places outside Japan to travel?
Yeah, it's hard to choose one, but last year I traveled maybe twice a month, and this year I decide that was too much for me.
So twice a month, that's quite a lot.
Yeah. So I just decided to pace down for this year. So maybe at least one place 1 month, and this is my first experience. And for January, I went to Macau.
Okay.
Macau is very close, and we have direct flight to Macau, so maybe it takes 4 hours. And Hong Kong is kind of have some trouble, or it's not safe right now, so we just decide to go directly to Macau. And it was first experience for me to wearing kimono.
Really?
Yeah, that was so hard. But that was so.
What caused you to wear it?
I can show your pictures. So kimono is so tight.
Yeah.
So I was not sure I can just stay as a kimono for 4 hours, and I couldn't take the business class for the mileage, so I just take the economy class. So, and Air Macau is using the Airbus, old Airbus, so it's kind of tiny economy class. So I was not sure I can stand for. So maybe I was thinking if I'm really get tight and it's too uncomfortable, so I was deciding to take off the kimono on the plane, and I was preparing the changing clothes. But that was good experience, and I can see the pictures like this. So can you see this?
Oh, yeah. So why did you wear it for the flight? What gave you the idea?
And this is a new year, and that was January 4th or something, 11th, and I have tea ceremony.
So instead of going to Asakusa, you went to Macau.
Yeah. So after I finish tea ceremony, I just go to the Macau. Yeah, like this. And that was so fun, and that was so challenging for me, and it was good experience. And it's very hard to make the meals, to take meals, and yeah, but that was so good. And Macau is so bright, so gorgeous city. So even I'm wearing kimono, maybe the Macau city's gorgeous is beat me. So not so like this. Can you see this?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that's kind of So that was my January trip. And February, I go to the France to skiing. Yeah, I went to the French Alps to skiing. And so I'm flying from here to Dubai and transfer to the flight to Geneva in Switzerland, and take a 3 hours drive to the French Alps La Rojelle. And that was so good. That was on February 24th, so it's pretty last minute to the world is broken. It's not started actually in Europe, even in Europe. So that was really last minute, but that was very good. Yeah. Have you been to going to ski in French Alps or the Switzerland?
I've not.
You don't ski?
I skied when I was in high school. I went to
Oh.
Grenoble. I went to Grenoble, France, for business meetings, but that was in the summertime, and so I didn't have the opportunity. But I've seen the Audrey Hepburn movie Charade, so I have it's her and Cary Grant on the Alps. So I have that image of there. I'm sure it's beautiful and enjoyable.
Yeah. It's like this. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, that is right out of Charade. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so gorgeous experience, and I got a helicopter riding over there, and because of the Mont Blanc is the biggest, highest mountain in Europe, and we are taking the flight around the Mont Blanc like this. Can you see this?
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, that was so good. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a New Year kimono in Macau and a wonderful French Alps trip. So we'll end there with happy memories. Thank you for joining us in your early morning, and thank you all for joining our morning in Tokyo, evening in the U.S. happy hour. Thank you all. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye bye.